Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for, this is your February bonus reading. You have the clouds in the moon showing up here. I'm using the Gilded Lenormand again. So the clouds in the moon can definitely represent confusion about something, which we're going to look at here. Right away, my first, gut intuition here is kind of like this feeling of start, stop type of energy here, Scorpio. So some of you maybe have been in an energy of like start, stop type of feeling. And it could be, this could be in any area of your life. It doesn't have to just be, it could be multiple things, honestly, that you've been, trying to create or working towards. And, just that's kind of how it feels to me, especially with the Knight of Swords as your first card. It's actually a really good reading here, Scorpio, as well. So, I'm not too worried about it. But, you start with the Knight of Swords, which is how you are entering into the reading. My thing with the Knight of Swords is if we just take this away and we put him down on the table, sometimes I feel that the Knight of Swords is kind of like running up to something, and then he's choosing to run back to the past, right? So this doesn't have to be love, even though, obviously with the cards laid out here, it would, this would represent love. And so I kind of feel that the Knight of Swords is saying, don't run away from a new connection and run back to the past, is kind of the feeling this is giving to me. But again, I want to stress that I'm reading for a bunch of you, and so this could be anything that you are running away from. And again, I'm not criticizing you by saying that, but what I'm saying is, the Six of Cups can be something that makes you feel playful or childlike. And, with those two cards, the clouds and the moon together can kind of represent confusion in the Lenormand, that combination. And so there might be, sometimes we work towards something and we're just not sure what our next steps should be. I feel like you need to kind of like embrace the suck a little bit here, right? It's like sometimes I think if we just sit with something, no matter how uncomfortable we are, and we don't give up, which we literally go down to the Nine of Wands here. And, the Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance and not giving up. I think that if we sit with something, we discover the answers. Now, your crossing energy is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles could be someone new. So, if this is love and you're thinking about going back to the past, I feel this is saying there's someone much newer and better coming in for you. And so I would focus on new, of course. I would also say that the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. So if you are a little bit nervous here about something that you're working towards that makes you happy, which could be anything, could be like a business, your career, in any area of your life, I feel the Page of Pentacles is like your solution to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is making a hasty decision. He may be running away from something or running back to the past, to a comfort zone. And I feel the Page of Pentacles is saying the easiest way to conquer fear is education. Usually we just fear things because we don't know. And that's exactly what this looks like to me. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Two of Wands. This can also be the area of what's on your mind in the Celtic Cross. The Two of Wands is about taking the lead and getting out of a comfort zone. The story of this card is that he rushed to a finish line and he thinks he knows everything about any experience that could come into his life. So, he thinks maybe he knows everything about love or everything about business, but he's looking out here. He's not looking right here at the world that's in his hands. And if he were to look at the world, he would see this big opportunity where he could have many new experiences in his life. And if he goes and has experiences, and he learns new things, then there's more that he can accomplish. And what do you know? You end with the World card here, and the World is like a big accomplishment or an achievement. So I feel if you push through this period of confusion or whatever it is, that you will, get to the World. You have the Strength card showing up in the area of your foundation. The Strength card is really a good card showing up in your foundation. The Strength, she is taming that lion, and the lion is tucking its tail between its legs here. The lion represents her inner voice or her inner critic, her inner demons, and she is the one that is controlling that inner voice. So I feel for a lot of you that, again, very good in this situation, because it would say that you are not going to run back to the past, that you are going to control your inner voice, and you are going to control your energy, and you are going to make a strong decision. And that's what I feel here with the Strength card. In the area of the past, this is the energy that you're moving past. You have the dragonfly spirit. It says shift your way of thinking and tackle this issue from a different angle. Yes, definitely. With that Knight of Swords, again, you just haven't, sometimes I think we get to a place where we just haven't figured it out yet. And that's what that Knight of Swords is saying to me, is like you're in a situation where you're trying to be successful, it looks like, and maybe you just haven't figured it out yet. You have this path to knowledge. It says you're journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist in your personal growth. So we literally talked all about knowledge because the Page of Pentacles is the card of knowledge and wisdom. And so you've been learning a lot. And I feel you need to put what you've learned into practice so that you can be more successful moving forward in the future. And I would continue learning. Again, if there's something you're afraid of or scared of, I would just learn about whatever it is because, again, knowledge is power, as they say. In the past, you have the Lovers. So some of you definitely could be moving past a connection. I kind of feel for some of you, if this is love, that this has been like a very long process. Like maybe it's taken you a lot longer to get over a person than it normally would. So I definitely kind of get that type of energy coming off of the Lovers card. I also feel that some of you, I also feel you're making better choices. You know, the thing about the Lovers is that traditionally it was a card called the Choice, and it kind of represented a choice that you have in love. But, you know, it could be any choice that you're trying to make. And, you know, it's not always true, but usually I feel with the Lovers that picking the new path is the right answer. And, you know, that's what I would do with the Lovers card. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this exchanging gifts card, which the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. And you have this Yang energy card, and the Yang energy card is like the Ace of Wands. So it can represent like a passionate new beginning. It can represent like a spark of hope or a spark of inspiration. But there definitely could be a gift from the universe coming in for you. With the Six of Cups, usually the gift we receive with the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle for a long period of time and we're about to have a breakthrough. You know, we're going to kind of overcome the obstacle. So I feel that there could be a gift from the universe, which would be overcoming an obstacle with this card. I also feel that, you know, this could be connected to love. You know, a lot of people read Six of Cups as someone coming back from the past, but really, again, I don't know where that comes from. It's a card of innocence and nostalgia. It can represent thinking about the past, but it does not represent going back to the past. So I don't really feel you are going back to the past. I feel, if anything, with the Page of Pentacles, you would be attracting a new connection into your life. And I feel new connections are going to be much more successful for you anyway. The Six of Cups is also about focusing on kind of like that childlike energy inside of you, like focusing on your inner child, embracing your inner child. And I feel being more playful, which probably comes up for you a lot, Scorpio, would be a great idea with that card. Next, in your outcome row, you have the Scarab Beetle. It says nourishment and transformation. You also have this crown. It says success and pride on it. So, and the last row here is amazing. I mean, you have the sun in the world. Definitely could be, you know, more success or more happiness or pride coming in for you. I feel the more you take care of yourself, the better with that Scarab card as well. It seems to me like the past, like maybe few months, a lot of people have been getting like the Empress or the Nine of Pentacles or the Star. And these are cards of self-care, nurturing yourself. So, you know, with this nourishment card, I think the better you take care of yourself, the better outcomes you are going to experience moving forward. And that's definitely what I would do with that card. Over the next few months, you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, of course, is the Wounded Warrior. The Nine of Wands is a card that says don't give up. You know, it's a card of perseverance as well. So I would make sure that you are continuing to push forward. Don't give up on anything that you're trying to manifest or create, and, you know, keep going, basically. The Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. I'm a big, you know, to me it's a card that says throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So I'm a big fan of trying new and different ways of doing things with the Nine of Wands, because usually, you know, new ideas, new directions can lead to a lot of success with this card. So that's what I would be focusing on. And we are in an amazing time for experimentation. You know, we have Pluto and Aquarius. I think the people who are going to be very successful moving forward are going to be the people who experiment the most, are going to be the people who, you know, try different directions or, you know, try new crazy ideas or new eccentric ideas. So I would be being, you know, I think with the Six of Cups here, it's saying, you know, be playful with life and see what happens. Next, in your closest relationships, you have the Sun. This is all relationships in your life, not just love, but there could be a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you clearly with the sun. The sun is a card of happiness and joy. It's also an amazing card for love. So if you are attracting someone new into your life, this would represent a lot of happiness between the two of you. I also feel with the Six of Cups that the two cards together, Six of Cups and the Sun, would represent embracing your inner child. This right here is your inner child. This wall behind him is the wall that we all put up against our inner child. And the Sun does encourage us to be more playful. It wants us to let our inner child explore the world and, ask more questions, be more curious, be more playful with things instead of taking things too seriously. And I feel that would help you not just in relationships, but, pretty much all areas of your life. And by the way, having the Sun in a position in a reading kind of highlights that position. So, again, your close relationships could be more important at this time, and you could really be focusing on close relationships, not just love, but all relationships. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles would represent progress, which is good. This would say that you are feeling like you are progressing towards your goals, wishes, dreams, as we move forward into the future. It could also represent getting started as well. He has these empty fields behind him, and he needs to plant seeds in those fields, and they will grow. So a lot of you could be planting seeds in the fields and getting them to grow. Your outcome is the world, which is amazing. I kind of feel like some of you feel on top of the world, or you could be feeling like you are really standing out, which is good. And with the sun, for sure. The sun, again, is like a spotlight. It shines a light on things we need to pay attention to, but it can also shine a spotlight on us. And so it's an amazing time for attention. I think it's an amazing time for everyone for attention because of Pluto and Aquarius. Now, what I would be doing is, as I say to everyone, I would be getting positive attention. The best way to get positive attention is to be an example for everyone. And that's what I would be doing with these cards, is I would be doing what you can to be an example for other people in your life, and that will lead to the most positive attention. I also feel that you could be making big moves here with the Knight of Pentacles in the world, because the world can sometimes say that you are kind of like taking your place in the world, or you're trying to get on top of the world, that type of feeling. And the Knight of Pentacles would represent making progress towards that goal. So that looks amazing for sure here, Scorpio. But again, the trick here is you're going to have to stand out. You can't be a hermit, right? You can't just only focus on doing things behind the scenes, or being in your little Scorpio underworld, right? You have to come out into the light. With the Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is knowledge and wisdom. King of Swords could also represent like tapping into a wise mentor. And, if you are confused about your next steps, like we said at the beginning of the reading, or if you are not sure on like what you should be doing or where you should be going in life, it could be a really good time for you to use the resource of people in your life. If you have people that you look up to, or people that you study, or people that you learn from, I feel that learning more from those people could help you gain a lot of clarity. With the Two of Wands, you have the Devil. Definitely something you need to detach from. The Two of Wands, he's stuck in a comfort zone. The Devil, I always say, I don't think the Devil is that bad of a card, or as bad as people make it out to be. Yeah, sure, the Devil's can be an energy vampire, or something that's stealing energy from you. It can also be something you're stuck and bound to. But the Devil is pretty easy to overcome. We just have to, we have to change our habits. The Devil, those people, the chain is like hanging down to here on their chest. They could easily lift that chain from around their necks, and they could easily set themselves free. So if there's anything here that is like keeping you trapped, then I would set yourself free. The other thing is that this is obviously showing up in the area of what's on your mind. So this could be mentally that you need to work on these things. With the Strength card, you have two cards. You have the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands. Getting a lot of strength from your community. The Three of Cups can just be people in your life. It's a card of celebrations and happiness as well. But it could represent, getting support from the right people. Those three ladies are celebrating a harvest on the Three of Cups, and that's definitely what I would focus on. You have the Two of Wands again, which is definitely encouraging you to leave a comfort zone. I feel with the Strength card, it's saying that you have developed the strength to overcome this, whatever it is. With the lovers, you have the King of Cups here. Ooh, I feel like this is a missed opportunity, or maybe you feel like this is a missed opportunity. I'm wondering if you are getting a person from the past, but not a lover. Like, if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity with a person where you never dated them or anything, this could be the return of a person that you've been thinking about. The other thing I'm getting is it's like, I'm just going to say what I feel. I wasn't going to, but I am. So, I kind of feel hot and cold energy here. It's like sometimes you're like interested in a person, but you're interested, but you're kind of not because you're not sure about the person. That's kind of what I feel here. But it's almost like I feel this might only resonate with one of you out there, but I feel like you are deciding that you are definitely interested in a person. So if you've had your eye on a person, there you go. With the Six of Cups, you have the Four of Cups. I feel everyone needs to let go of past disappointment. I think like one of the biggest enemies of progress right now for everyone on earth is kind of like being too caught up in what hasn't worked, and instead of like focusing on what is working or focusing on what could work and trying new things. I think we're all a little bit too caught up in the past, and again, including me. I am far from perfect, right? So I'm not calling you out here, Scorpio, for sure. But I think we need to realize that we are in a different time. Things that we've tried to get to work in the past that didn't can work better now if we develop a new approach. So I think that, again, we're in a time of innovation. We have to have a new approach to how we're going to accomplish things. But if we do that, we will be successful. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Nine of Wands. He is holding on to one wand in his hand there. It's not focusing, but he's got that one wand that he's holding on to. And you have this one wand right here. The Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So usually with the Ace of Wands, we have to like start something new or move in a new direction. And I would definitely encourage that with the Ace of Wands, like moving in new directions or trying new things. And I feel like that will probably be best for you. With the Sun, you have the Hierophant, could be marriage. So if you are looking for love, you could be attracting a person that you will marry. I feel like I've been saying this to you for like months, Scorpio, that, these two people here in front of him, they are initiates. They are being initiated into the Hierophant's belief system. He is initiating them into something. And so I kind of feel that you could be attracting a person who is on a very similar like spiritual path to you. That does not mean that the two of you are the same. But what it does mean is I feel like if you're looking for a sign as to like who this person is, or, if you're looking for like a message as to who this person is, paying attention to the journey. I feel that you could be very different from this person, but it's like your journey is the same, or, maybe it's very similar. It's like, maybe you're both doing two totally different things in life, but maybe you're both, maybe you're like your heart for both people is that you both want to inspire people, right? It's like different, but the same. I hope that makes sense. That's kind of what's popping into my head there. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. There you go. Definitely could be marriage. But, again, I would be careful of running back to the past. I feel like there is something new coming in for you. And if it is a past person, again, I think it's never a person that you dated. I feel it's a person that you were just interested in. And I feel there's like a third option here where, some of you have clearly made up your mind about a person. I feel like there's nothing wrong with this person. I don't want but maybe you've just been kind of like back and forth about it is more the feeling that I get here. But I don't know, looks pretty good to me. With the World card, you have the Five of Swords. Yes, just like Leo, it's like every single fixed sign gets the Five of Swords. I feel the trick for fixed signs is risk-taking. I feel like fixed signs need to take bigger risks on the things that they're trying to accomplish. And again, we're not talking about bad risk here or, doing something that's going to hurt you. We're talking about the risk of exposure, for example. I think one of the biggest risks we can all take during Pluto and Aquarius is the risk of, putting ourselves out there and being wrong, or the risk of speaking up at work and being wrong, right? So those are the types of risk I would take, like the risk of getting attention, basically. Sun, World, Five of Swords. You have the Wealth card, amazing. Definitely could be increasing your wealth. We don't really see a lot of money here or anything, but, it doesn't matter. You still could be increasing your wealth. You have this Broken Bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to problems. I get a very specific message here that, again, if something is not working, I feel it's saying avoid whatever is just not working in your life and, keep moving forward. You have this Lily card. What do you know? It says spiritual love on it. So the Hierophant would be a more spiritual connection. The Hierophant would be a connection that is kind of divinely guided, so that makes sense. You have this woman card. It says dealings with relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. You have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. I don't think it matters what gender you are. I feel that sometimes I feel these people cards are just talking about the person that I'm talking to being you. So you could be whatever gender. I feel like there's a victory. And we see a bunch of victory cards here. So there could be some sort of win or victory coming in for you. And finally, you have this marriage card. There you go. I'm telling you right now, if you are attracting a new person, even if you're like a little bit scared of this person, like the Knight of Swords could say you're a little bit nervous. And I'm not talking about scared in a bad way. I'm talking about scared as in, it's like sometimes I think we get into a relationship and, we feel to be with that person, we would have to level up. That can be scary because it's like maybe we have to develop a new routine or, maybe we feel like we have to better ourselves. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Bettering yourself is always a good thing. So, I feel there is a little bit of that nervousness going on here. But really good reading here, Scorpio. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.